Alright, time to check, see if this actually works now. Good to see her. There we go, finally. Your arrival is most fortunate. I have something for you. Take this Dratini as proof I now know your worth. We received Dratini from the Master. Finally, this has been so long in the making. The Dratini. I handed this ad a few times throughout the LP so far, but now let's go over why this Dratini is so special. Answering those questions correctly gives you one that learns extreme speed. This is a move that is 80 base power, normal, and is a priority move. I believe in the recent games it actually got a buff to priority to go ahead of other priority moves. This makes raising Dratini a lot more bearable, and what I said before, raising a pseudo-legendary only to have this kind of better version that actually knows a really, really great move that you might want to have come out might maybe change your opinion. But as for how Dratini is itself, a lot like Tyranitar with Larvitar, it evolves at level 30 into Dragonair, and then at level 55 into its final form, Dragonite. This is a Pokemon that, much like Tyranitar, you will not be seeing during the main story, and will be gone in post. Thankfully, SoulSilver does have a very large expanse of post-game, so you still will get a lot of use out of your Dragonite. As for how Dragonite's stats work, they are fantastic. A lot like Tyranitar, it is a very hard physical attacker with good special offense and good good defensive stats. So it's offensive and bulky at the same time, like Tyranitar. It skimps a bit on HP compared to Tyranitar, but has a bit more speed, but moves are kind of where the two differentiate each other. For a long time, Dratini and Dragonair are going to have very terrible moves. The best move you're going to get is Slam, Aqua Tail, or Dragon Rush if you hold back evolving, barring, of course, the extreme speed. If you hold back evolving level 35 on Dratini, you will get Dragon Rush, which, while is powerful, it doesn't complement Dratini's kind of low stats, and even Dragonair's kind of low stats by this point, and is also slightly inaccurate. Extreme speed helps to make up this gap early on, and its priority makes up for its low speed. When you finally get to level 55 and evolve into the mighty Dragonite, you can heart scale it to get all 3 elemental punches. This, backed up by its enormous physical attack stat, make Dragonite a powerhouse. It also gives a huge amount of type coverage, and it also isn't bad at using special attacks, so moves like Dragon Pulse don't do horribly on it. It is not much of a flying type. It does do the typical dragon things dragons do, in that it just hits things with high-powered dragon moves like Outrage, though Outrage you're not going to be seeing for a long time. And of course I left... There it goes, never mind. It really doesn't make use of its flying type a whole lot. Instead, it can really only learn Fly as a flying type attack or Wing attack, which really aren't that good, and I would recommend Fly on it. It does use it very well with its physical attack stat the way it is, but there are better flying types. It probably is one of the best flying types out there, but it just doesn't get any flying moves outside of Fly. It's very strong, very bulky, and having used one in the past, I can attest to how fantastic Dragonite is. It takes a long time to raise, but if you have extreme speed on it, you have extreme speed in Dragon Rush, and maybe Fly, that's really all you need. Dragon Dance is a move it also gets by level up before it will evolve, so that is useful to have in it buffs Dragonite's already impressive attack stat, but also boosts its speed so it can go a bit faster and knock stuff out quickly. It's a great Pokemon. I do recommend it if you don't have a good team member by now. If you have, say, only 5 team members and haven't really decided what your 5th option is, your 6th option is, or you wanted to use Kingdra, but you just couldn't because you don't have another DS to trade with, Dragonite works very well. It also gets a fair number... Surprised coughing happened right then. It also gets a surprising number of HMs and has a very expansive TM move pool, again, befitting a dragon. It can learn Surf and I believe also Whirlpool, and I think also Waterfall as well. It can learn a lot of HMs, so you're going to have a great Pokemon for HM use and just general being a good Pokemon offense-wise. It might not get stab on a lot of its moves, but it does get type effectiveness over a wide variety of Pokemon. Well, that was a bit of a long-winded rant. Not long-winded rant, long-winded tangent. Kind of surprised that of all the Pokemon, Dragonite's the one I had the most to say about, and I'm not even using it on my team. Probably should go switch out for Heracross. But yeah, I have a lot to say about Dragonite and just Dragons in general. Of course, its flying subtype does add a bit of weakness, and it is a double weakness to ice that it doesn't need to worry about. But again, that's kind of what balanced out dragons. Their double weakness to ice was a bit of a liability, and it did have some weaknesses. It actually didn't help. It actually kind of hurt them a lot more than it actually helped it, because, I mean, you don't really see Dragonite doing flying damage a whole lot of the time. It just really gets fly, wing attack, and, like, aerial ace or something like that. In the current generations, yeah, it gets Hurricane, but Hurricane's a special attack. Well, now that that's all sorted out, Professor Elm called us, and I say we head down to Newbark Town. That rhymed unintentionally. Coincidentally, we also have to head down here because that's the way of the Pokemon League, though there's a few things we have to do beforehand. Well, if we're heading to the Pokemon League, that is. And our journey has almost come for a circle. I kind of like how the way the Pokemon League is from your hometown, though I have a bit of a... I did not mean to do this. Mechas, where are you going? Oh, it prevents you from going that way. Okay. I kind of have a little bit of a mental theory about the whole way Johto was supposed to go around that I will be going into a bit later, as it seems strange that the League goes straight from Newbark Town goes from Newbark Town to the League when in most every other game, the final route to the League is connected to the route, connected to the town or city the final gym is at. It's something that's always kind of sat strange with me. Maxis, did you already collect 8 badges? That's so cool! Professor is waiting for you. Yeah, I'll go into this a bit later. Hi, Maxis. Never cease to amaze me. Thanks to you, my research is doing great. Take this as a token of my appreciation. We obtained the Master Ball. The Master Ball is the best, and you are not wrong. It is the ultimate Pokeball. It'll catch anything without fail. It's given only to noted Pokemon researchers. I think you can make better use of it than I can, Maxis. By the way, we just had a group of beautiful kimono girls looking for you. Maxis, people are talking about you. I heard you helped the kimono girls. You've been helping all these people. You make me so proud to be your friend. Yes, we have acquired the Master Ball and the Quest text. The kimono girls are waiting for you at the Ekrotik Dance Theater. That's our next story objective. But as for the Master Ball, if Entei or Raikou have been elusive, they will be elusive no longer, or rather one will. The best Pokeball with the ultimate level of performance will catch any wild Pokemon without fail. Basically, you throw this at Raikou or Entei, you automatically catch them. I recommend going for Raikou, as I tend to find that one to be the most difficult, though, again, depends on your point of view and whichever one you want to go for. There's also a third roaming Pokemon that we haven't seen yet, which you actually might want to save it for, as it is not susceptible to Arena Trap. It is only susceptible to Shadow Tag. So I do recommend saving your Master Ball for now, unless you plan on using Entei or Raikou on your team. They're both very good, but just... I mean, Raikou is good, but I don't know. There's better electric types that are also a lot easier to get. Alright, now it's time we head off to Ekrotik City, just as the professor said. Fly us away, Callion. It's gonna be so great when Callion is finally a Togekiss and that animation actually makes more sense, because that animation does look a lot like a Togekiss, honestly. I mean, it's got the spheroid-ish body with the wings. It looks like a Togekiss. I'm sorry, it does. Well, they set us to meet them outside. Well, meet us inside the dance theater. Only to get thudded. How is this possible? How can I lose to mere kimono girls? You were watching me, Maxis. Yeah, that's right. I never thought defeating 5 kimono girls would be so hard. But I've been beaten to a pulp. You must have come here for the same reason, right? Don't get cocky just because you defeated Team Rocket. These kimono girls are insanely strong. Oh, I doubt that. Go ahead, see if you can defeat them. But I'm not going back. I don't want to see you win. Aww. Such angst. Well, as he said, the kimono girls are strong. Let's see for ourselves. And as it turns out, it was not one kimono girl we were meeting throughout our journeys, but rather 5. Welcome, my name is Yuki. I met you previously in Violet City. In order to bring back Ho-Oh, we needed someone with the right bond with Pokemon. And how fitting. The first one we met, Yuki, is the one who gave us this Togetic. I believe I know they gave us Togetic, right? Or no, they didn't. Oh, no, they didn't. No, Mr. Pokemon gave us Togetic. No. We met her after getting the egg with Togetic. Right. Mystery egg, whoever showed its true potential. Oh! Oh, right! You were the ones that gave them to Mr. Pokemon! So this is super fitting! Oh, sweet! The egg was eventually handed to Pokemon and then to you! However, being pure alone... So that... Oh, that's nice! I didn't even plan that! However, being pure alone is not sufficient to face the power of this Pokemon. I must test you. Are you ready? Well, I'm fresh off some exams. Let's do this! I will test how closely you bond with your Pokemon. With a special battle animation. We are challenged by Kimono Girl Yuki. Zuki, I mean, sorry. I know it's similar. Starting off, we have Umbreon. You might be noticing something coming up. Well, that is not a good matchup for us. I'd say this is better handled by Megalon, considering in this generation I am both of your weaknesses in one. Okay, that's not good. Actually, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to lead off with Callian just because it's at no advantage here. And so we test our new close combat. Umbreon is really tanky and we need something with wall-breaking capabilities. I'd say close combat will do. Yes, let that be a testament of how tanky Umbreon is. That was a close combat from a Heracross. And also let the testament of how bad Umbreon's offensive stats are, as that was me with lowered special defense, and that did nothing. Let's go for Brick Break. Let's go for Brick Broke, I should say. Oh, come on! Actually, wait, that is not good. Shadow Ball. Interesting. Brick Break again. Come on. No! Oh, come on. Using close combat actually screwed... Oh, that's why you used Shadow Ball. Last resort. That was clever. That's not good. Callian, you wanna try this? Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, that was a crit. That's why that did so much. I was gonna say, what the heck, Umbreon, you are not damaged. Pretty sure you can only use last resort 500. What? Of course. No, I didn't want to run. Well, that's not good. Alright, well, I'd say Godzilla should do this. That was a turn for the worst, how we should say. So, 2 last resort on Heracross. 1 on that one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they have 1 more last resort in them. I want to revive Heracross. Heracross is going to be very, very instrumental for what's coming. Fuse Ray again. Okay, so trying to confuse us again. Pretty sure they have 1 more last resort in them. We're just going to go for Dark Pulse again. Alright. Come on, don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch. Don't hurt yourself. Yes! Rock Slide! How did Flying miss that, like, 5% chance? Galleon gained experience, Guzzle gained experience, and Heracross gained experience. Megalon, I should say. Defeated Kimono Girl Zuki. I don't have any Pokemon left, and wow, money. Up next, you are quite strong. You helped me in the Ilex Forest. My name is Naoko. I am the one that's not good at directions. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. My eyes witnessed you defeat Team Rocket when Kurt was in trouble in Slowpoke Well. Allow me to challenge you and your Pokemon. Okay, which of them kind of have a different personality and such. That is reflected in... Naoko Espeon. Yes, if you haven't figured it out, they are all using the Eevee Evolution Pokemon. I am not calling them by that name just because I don't like Eevee. And I say it's time for Godzilla to have, fun. Psychic. That's... It's gonna hurt. Of course that hurts. Great. Right. Firestorm. Burn him out. You're kind of a glass cannon, but I'm also a glass cannon, but you are more glassy than me, I believe. burn them out. Also, I have put a bit of thought into teaching Firestorm Blast Burn. That is one of the moves that... Oh, crap, that's not good. That is one of the moves that the elderly man in Blackthorn could have taught your Pokemon for... Because I can't really go over this at a better time. I didn't think about it. The 3 moves are Blast Burn, Hydro Cannon, and Frenzy Plant. These are elemental variations of the move Hyper Beam that only the starters, when fully evolved, are capable of learning, and sheesh, I am getting obliterated here. They have 150 base power, I believe this 100 accuracy or 95 accuracy, I don't know if they've changed in the current generations, but they are very powerful moves. The downside is they cause you to have to recharge the next turn. They are very powerful, and I can recommend them for all the starters. Well, a little less on Feraligatr, because Feraligatr is more of a physical attacker, and you have Waterfall right now, which is a great physical move. It can be good, but also I do kind of recommend Surf, just because Surf is a great move to have for utility purposes, not really for offense purposes. But Frenzy Plant is kind of the best one I can recommend for Meganium. One of my big problems with Meganium was that it's tanky, and not really that it has much damage. You are quite the trainer. I remember you chasing off that Team Rocket grunt that was right here. I must thank you for that, although I am actually a trainer myself. She who knows the most speaks the least. I am Miki, the kimono girl. Allow me to challenge you and your Pokemon. But, back to Meganium. Frenzy Plant is very good on it, simply because it is tank, it can take that turn of recharging, and this is also before Let's Go Pikachu, where Solar Beam got its buff to, I don't know, what, 200 base power, so now it's actually freaking amazing. Okay, this is not good. The Pokemon I wanted to use for this is currently knocked out. So, Flood, you're up, and also I forgot to teach the move I wanted to get. Oh yeah, right, you have no special attack, you're a physical attacker. That is nothing. But I could actually recommend Frenzy Plant for Meganium, just because Meganium isn't that good. But Frenzy Plant is very powerful. It can kind of make up for Meganium's lackluster Grass-type offensive capabilities, because other than that, your best move is Solar Beam, which gets your startup. It's better to have a move that doesn't take a turn of startup, that your turn is just spent doing the damage and the next turn is recharging, when if the move is going to end the battle anyway, you don't have to suffer that turn of recharge, or if it knocks the Pokemon out, you can just switch to another Pokemon and then completely bypass recharging anyway. So, something good I can say about Meganium. I was looking forward to saying something good about it, I just couldn't find out what it was, and now I have one. But in my opinion, Typhlosion does benefit from Blast Burn, though depending on how you've done things, you may or may not want to get it. If you haven't evolved by the point you're still going for a Cyndaquil because you want Eruption, I wouldn't say get Blast Burn. Blast Burn can only be learned by Typhlosion, and you might get Blast Burn. You might be able to get Blast Burn and Eruption on your Typhlosion before fighting the League, though I wouldn't count on it just because of the level requirement needed. And why is it that Flareon is completely destroying my team when it was the one I talked about being the worst? Blast Burn is good. If you have evolved one already, I'd recommend it, because you're not going to get Eruption for a long time, and this is the next best Fire-type move. But if you haven't, and you want to get Eruption as soon as possible, I wouldn't say compromise you wanting Eruption, because Eruption is a great move. Both of them are fantastic moves in their own right, but have different purposes. And that's a bit of a long, weird tangent. But yeah, they are great moves, and the last one that Grandma Wilma mentioned was Draco Meteor. As I said, this is a special Dragon-type move. Same stats as the move like Overheat, in that well, I haven't actually encountered Overheat yet, but it has, I believe, 150 power. I think they nerfed it in the more recent generations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is 150. And its side effect is lowering your special attack sharply, so 2 stages get lowered. So your special attack is lowered 2 stages. Excellent fighting spirit. You got me off the ice by pushing my back. I am the one who skates in sandals. I am Sayo, the kimono girl. I was listening in the Dragon's Den when you passed the test of the Elder. Allow me to challenge you and your Pokemon. But yeah, both of them are great moves, and past that, I'm on Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor is fantastic. It is a Dragon-type nuke that is kind of meant to go in, do a whole bunch of damage, then either switch out or just end the battle. On a Pokemon like Kingdra that gets Focus Energy, it can actually bypass the problem of the lowered attack because critical hits ignore offensive debuffs to you and defensive buffs to the opponent. So you can just set up Focus Energy, give it an of course I get knocked out by critical. When I'm on the subject of talking about critical hits, you can set up Focus Energy and give it an item that boosts the critical hit ratio, and then just proceed to spam Draco Meteor and almost all of the time get those Draco Meteor critical hits, so your special attack debuff is completely irrelevant. Oh, I was hoping to give that to Flood, but now, also in order to get it, you have to have your Dragonite Pokemon at maximum affection, or not maximum affection, maximum friendship or happiness, I think is what it's called, technically, and getting knocked out doesn't actually help that. This, and only Dragon-type Pokemon are capable of learning Draco Meteor. So just because Ampharos is an electric dragon and it was supposed to be, it doesn't mean it actually can learn Draco Meteor. They must be a Dragon-type Pokemon at all times, unless it is RKS Switch. You have to have the Draco Plate on it, and then you can take it off, but it still retains Draco Meteor. Well, now for the Kimono Girls. I've always found these fights annoying. Not because, oh, evasion, that's what's annoying, no. Mostly just because it's a gauntlet, and for as much flack as I give the Eevee line and how much I dislike them, this is actually a difficult gauntlet to go just because the Eevee evolution line has so many types they can cover, and your first Pokemon does not switch out. You have to have the same Pokemon in the lead for all these battles unless they get knocked out. You can plan your team around that, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find one Pokemon that can easily counter most of them. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a slog, and of course Showtime's going to kill us. Oh, no, it doesn't. Come on, confuse. Please, confuse. Alright, well, I think I really need to revive Firestorm. It has Swift, and that's a 100% accurate move. Well, not 100% accurate, it never misses, so I need that. Sorry, Lanayru. Sorry. Alright, Firestorm, you're up. Burn him out. You may also know we have one more Pokemon. There's one more Eevee evolution line to go for, and of course, you're faster than me. Come on, survive it, survive it, survive it, survive it! So close! Well, it's up to you, Callion, and you're gonna get utterly just destroyed because, well, you're slow and it's super effective, and it's going for last resort. Why go for last resort? Let's go this anyway. Well, that wasn't good, and we lose. Probably should rethink my team structure. I'll get back to you when we get back to Jolteon. Alright, rematch time. Excellent fighting spirit. You got me off the ice by pushing me from the back. I am the one who skates in sandals. I am Sayo, the Kimono Girl. I was listening in the Dragon's Den when you passed the Test of the Elder. Allow me to challenge you and your Pokemon. Rematch time. You're sending out Jolteon. Yeah, Godzilla would have been great for this fight, but unfortunately it kind of got knocked out by Espeon. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you have bad defensive stats in general. Yeah, go for Surf. I'm just gonna go for Surf because it's a lot much powerful. Probably should have taught Dragon Pulse prior, just because that is also a really good move to have. Come on, yes! I hope we're not, yeah, I don't think we're speed tied, no crud. Yeah, we're not speed tied. Double team. Alright, that's interesting. And, of course, when I accidentally clicked Twister, it actually hits. Surf again, Thunderbolt, that's probably going to KO us. Hang on. Yes! Yeah, Surf went off. That's gonna knock you out. Unless I get a super high damage roll, and that was super low one, and no, you lost. Alright. Kimono Girl Sayo, you have been defeated. Oh, so close. I almost had you. Not wrong there. Not wrong. Now, the last one. I am... Perfect. You were so dependable in the Goldenrod Tunnel. I am the one who twirls even underground. I am Kuni, the Kimono Girl. I looked at you and wonder when you thwarted Team Rocket's mission to take over the radio tower. You must show your strength to me now. Allow me to challenge you and your Pokemon. Now there's 3 possible Pokemon they could use. So of course that means it's Leafeon, of course no, it's Vaporeon. Rounding out the Gen 1 Starter Trio. The Gen 1 Eevee line trio, I mean. Alright, well, this is actually one I'm pretty well prepared for, just because, while Vaporeon is very physically weak, I don't have any good physical attackers that can really deal with it. Quick attack? What? So, because you're pretty much only using special moves against me, I'm just gonna buff and knock out with Discharge. And what? That is not good. Actually, wait, no, now we get switch the defense up, so now we get something against you. Well, maybe still have some Moo Moo Milk. But I have some max potions I can use. Yeah, I got some Moo Moo Milk to use. Here, drink up. And you got paralyzed. Yeah. Quick attack has really not been helping you. Charge once more. Once again. Come on, get paralyzed. I just want to knock you out. Charging up. I'm gonna charge into Discharge. Special defense went up. I don't know if the special defense lasts for every turn or just the next turn. Quick attack again. What if they're realizing... Wow, that was a critical hit. What if they're realizing I'm getting special defense buffs, so they're not going for Surf, even though that would be the better option? Come on. Yes. Yes! I know you're kind of an HP sponge with good special stats, that's why I was just charging. There we go. And Kuni is defeated. Oh, you are wonderful. Yeah, they give out a lot of money and a lot of experience. If you can reliably beat them, I would say just intentionally lose to them a couple of times, just level up if you feel underleveled. We were not wrong about you. You are indeed worthy of this. Please take it. We obtained the Clear Bell. The Clear Bell in the key items pocket. You just knocked down the door? Big sisters! I just saw a big shadow of a Pokemon over the bell tower. Could it be? We have found Solid Snake. No. Nexus, we'll be at the bell tower. See you there. So is Solid Snake at the bell tower? I've used that joke a couple times. Well, that's interesting. Since we still got time, I say we head out to the bell tower to see what the commotion is about. Of course, after healing.